Hope you all are doing well on this fine evening. I know first stream of 2023 for me. Crazy, Getting close to the weekend, so I know a lot of you have had like I guess an interesting start to the year. So I'm glad all is well for a lot of you. I have started painting on some Sony Cup cars. Really just one, my own. Like I probably should get the pit crew done, but that'll come in like due course. So we're in no hurry, more or less. So they're due the 20th, and it's the 5th right now. So I do have a good 15 days to get Sony Cup schemes done. I don't have a lot, luckily, though, because life and how life is just how it goes. So, but are we bringing back SCS paint? Maybe. I could. You want to do it now? We could do it now, actually. Because the one I'm working on right now isn't really the most promising, to be frank with you. I'm just experimenting. Lane's actually like gone a lot better, so before anybody shits on him or says anything bad about him, as much as we all like to make fun of him, he's actually done a pretty good job. I also got a bit of a cough. I don't know. I think I got it from Florida. Maybe it might be Florida weather. Could be the air, moisture. That might be another thing for me. It's probably the moisture. So, Goss is Cole are doing iRacing. Let them be. So I have my sound muted right now. What should we look? I do need to actually look at this stuff, so. Because I think I've rated. Yeah, I've rated on his November cars. This is a pretty solid scheme, actually. Actually like that. I think the renders just don't give it justice enough. Maybe it looks better in game. Probably the green's darker, but I could be very much wrong. Why am I moving that over here? So, if you want to spread the word that I'm streaming, go for it. I really don't care. I'm just vibing. I probably should get better at like sharing my streams, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like you're streaming? That's crazy. That's blasphemous. Imagine streaming. The audacity. Schwal made this game bridge. Simplistic to the point. Curve right there is interesting. Bit unconventional, but I still like it. Maybe for me personally, I would have just kind of kept it like. But this is also coinciding with like the Cheetos logo, because it's also like curved, and Gatorade logo is just kind of there. Probably would have made it white, but black is fine, honestly, with the Gatorade logo. Just me being nitpicky. Doesn't really matter. It's not that we're gonna notice it in game too much. So I told myself I was gonna stream tonight, and I'm going to commit to my word. I was gonna be a lot more proactive this year. You've shown me this car already. I still like it. I think maybe the one thing I've just noticed now is that, so with like the edge right here, with your designs, typically when you do an outline, sometimes you might get like a fuzzy edge, a rounded edge. But if you want a sharper edge, you might have to expand the white here a little bit. Minor thing there. It's a great scheme. I really like this. I think, for me, I sometimes feel like this, where the back ends, I'm usually used to the back end, right, matching up near the bottom instead of the top part, but it's not like a big deal, like I said. I think for me, it's like, sometimes you kind of have to give the back end a little bit more space, to let the rear sponsor breathe a little bit, where it doesn't feel like it's compressed, more or less, or smushed. But that's, again, minor nitpick on my part. I like nitpicking. That's kind of the big thing people will notice. But at the end of the day, I just want a good paint scheme. I could ask less, dude. So not bad. This is actually not bad. I actually like this. Good paint scheme. Obviously, like B-pillar, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's like the way you have to match it up too. It's like you have to like, it's a curved back end. I think it's like that with every manufacturer, actually. It's like basically, I don't know about Ford. Ford might be different though, but a lot of the back ends are very much curved compared to, like, let's say a Gen 6 body where it's pretty linear. It's straight, so you don't have to worry too much. But for others, it's like, yeah, it's just fine. Aiden Smith, simple car. I actually like it. There's not a lot, like, when I think about it, a lot of the times if I think it's bad, it's not really, if it's bad, it's really bad usually. But a lot of it's more like, it has potential. This is actually not a bad render scene. I think Aiden made it himself, but I think the window's just missing on that a little bit. Maybe he turned the opacity off too much on that. That might be why. McDonald's, obviously he needs to use the new McDonald's logo. It's not really new, it's just the M. Usually a lot of McDonald's branding is very much just the M on the hood. Obviously you can have the McDonald's on the side, that's fine enough, honestly. Like, you can, because they do that with Bubba Wallace's cars, so I mean, it's not like groundbreaking to see it happen. So we can pull it up right now. We're looking 2022, not 2023. We can probably look at the 45, would also be another good example anyway, because Bubba did drive the 45 at the end, so yeah, you can have McDonald's right there. You don't have to have the M with it. You could just, again, have the McDonald's side, and you'd be fine. So I think the reason why it's so high is just because of like the .com right there. But what you could do, right? You could just smush. You could maybe scale the Christie logo a bit, put it maybe just a little bit downwards. The com logo, you can honestly get away with like scaling it a little bit too, and then just moving it to the right, nudging it right, more or less. That's really what you could do. McDonald's, it's not a bad McDonald's scheme though. I think it's just interesting choice with having the black stroke there, but it's not a bad choice. It's like a small thing I've just noticed there. Permatex logo, what he could have done is give it an outline. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's fine. That's a style, honestly. I like, it's his own like signature paint now, and I like that. I respect that. I mean, you see me, right? I do a lot of like more tribal-ish like swooshes, like wavy swooshes. His are more like jagged. So mine are kind of more. I think when I think about it now, a lot of mine are like way too swooshy to be like real life. I think that might be why, but I still like doing it. Like, if I did something very, like, rectangular, it would not feel like my kind of style. But with designing, you kind of have to be, like, a Swiss Army knife to, like, have different styles. Obviously, there's one that you will have, like, a higher precedence to than, like, others, right? You know, some will go for jaggedness, some will go for curviness. I think that's really the big thing here. This I don't actually. This is one of the ones I really am. I don't know how I feel about this. This one also, there's not a high-res Starcom logo here too. That's the hard part. And it's also a pain just to like scale it, because I had to do that for the speed car, right? So here's a sneak peek of my steel car. It's a bit of a mess right now. I actually like where this is going, because I'm trying to just be more unique with the scheme. to see how this goes. It's not perfect by any chance necessary. Do I have it with me? That's the real question. It might be in my... I hope it's in my base folder. It might be in my other computer, actually. Is this it? Starcom Fiber. Yeah, so I had to scale this logo to oblivion, too. Because it sucks. Right, there's no PS to give it. I need to learn how to do that. That's probably my bucket list, too. This one I think I made the logo black. I don't know what I did with that, but... I feel like this one you could make it black, maybe. You don't have to, but I think you kind of want the stick out. You kind of have to go for it. It was, once I had an idea though, I knew what to do with this car. It was a lot of fun. I think the most frustrating one for me was the permatext scheme. Funny enough, because in retrospect, it was really worth it though. But for me to think of a design with Breeding's car. Let me have it with me. I think I have this. Hopefully I have this one with me too. If not, it is what it is. So we'll just move on after that. I had the WVX car though too. Huh. So I don't think the permatext scheme is on me. But this is the WWEX one I do have. And I have Camping World. So that's cool. I'll show both. But... they were a lot of fun. This one's just yellow. I just put yellow over it. I didn't. Swooshes, screw it. There you go. It's that easy. This one down the headlights. I improv that. I'm like, let's give it character, make it have eyebrows. So, and then this is just remaking the Ross Chastain car, and that took me forever. Took me way longer than it should have. My friend texted me. See what he's up to. It's probably, I don't know, he's got the Stolas avatar, so I gotta check on my phone. Shoot, I forgot. But I will have to. He's talking about Owl House. Oh, yeah, he's cultured. I will let you know. You won't see it, but he's one of my Air Force friends, so. I'll let you know, 2023 resolution. Right there. Easy. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. FedEx logo. It's Denny Hamlin inspired, obviously. Everything looks 2015, 2016 based. Because 2017 is when they had like the cup design. I'm gonna call it the cup design scheme or the Need for Speed tribal design. That's what I think of it. That's 2017 to what? 18? Yeah. I'm watching Tokyo Revengers over here. I'm not. What they doing? Now he added an outline on this one though, so I will give him credit where it's due. Now here we go. This is schemes you made. Now I'm gonna shit on you for it. No, I was kidding. Let's look at this. I'm not gonna go like full res on it because I mean I've already seen it, but. Obviously adjusting the 8. I just noticed that. Is that tilted? Is that slanted? That is slanted. For obviously direction of the design, right? It's parallel basically. About parallel, not like exactly. Geometrically, it's... the concept is there. It's pretty smooth. I like this. Yeah, obviously you don't always have to like complete the design on the back end. That's the one thing I think people kind of try to do sometimes. You don't have to though. Like if it's like on reach all the way to like realistically try to match things up, yeah, it wouldn't work out. So I wouldn't. Yeah, drove me crazy. Interesting, like that's just the hard part of schemes sometimes. Like whether you want to like continue it up the hood or not. And this one, like, you just kind of left it there, and that's not a bad thing. That's fine. I have no issues with it. So, but sometimes in that mind, that conscience, you're like, oh, I feel like I could like do more with that, but you can only do so much. It's nice though. I actually do like this. Very nice scheme. I gave it a love react and other reacts. This is simple as it gets. I think this one you could... Oh, okay. So what I think you could have done, I just realized now. This is going to be me being nitpicky, but you could try... I don't know if the logo does that. Okay. Maybe put the red surrounding that, around the logo. That flying J. The hybrid plane of a letter J. Like, it's a separate layer. Obviously, you don't want to like ruin like the original integrity of the design, right? But autos, I feel like, okay, so over here too, I think you can make the associate logos, right, a bit darker. I think that's what you could do. Make them not. You could make them black. You could make it a dark color, make it stick out a little bit more, because yellow's like a brightish color. Now the render could be different too, where like the yellow has a deeper shade, but I think you'd probably want like a darker associate logo, like, yeah, like maybe a red, yeah, like I said, just a dark color. It could be purple for all I care, but basically as long as it fits, it's appropriate. Good scheme though, basic as it gets. Michael Net inspired Sammy Smith, you know. I probably should look in the other rooms, because Lane's done a really good job with like NTS cars or HNS cars actually. I don't know how far I've gotten in this. This is a good car. Flames don't quite match up on the hood though. You see it kind of cuts off there. Still good scheme though. Fix that. No big deal. Base. But execution wise, logos, he did do a good job. Maybe rotate that a bit, but could care less. Don't like Green Rowdy. But I think that's just the flavor for the flavor themed car. I think the renders just make it more blurry than it should be. I think Discord compression doesn't give it justice. I think that's also why. Can't go wrong with Scooby-Doo car. Did a good job actually with that, and I know Lane loves Scooby-Doo, so good car. Did a good job. Yellow car, pretty nice as well. Again, I think the renders make it worse than it should be. But that's just me. That's my honest opinion on him. This is a nice car, actually. This actually does kind of scream of... Does give me, like, good Winn-Dixie vibes. I like that, actually, so... Pretty good. Did a good job with that. Spam. Not bad. It's also a pretty good one, too. This one I feel could get a white number. Side number should be white. This is a good design. I actually like this car. This car is really nice. Is it possibly could have made the... This white space, though, is the one thing I don't maybe like about it. But besides that, it's something I would have done too, though. I did similar things like this, so I'm not immune. But I like the colors on it. I do like the colors. I think there's a little bit more space here than there should be. Maybe you could have put like an associate there. Compared like this car, right? This car has a lot of stuff. Okay, you don't really need the purple right here. Get rid of that. This one kind of, so it looks nice, right? But it feels like there's a lot going on with it. His SCS ones aren't terrible. I think people give them a lot more shit. I think this 90 car's a lot going on. His balance of colors and space is better, but I feel like there's just too much going on with this car. Now, will I notice it on track? Not really. Probably won't care too much. I think that's the big thing with this car, is that there's not much rhythm to it. Now some won't always have a rhythm, but it's just some that just don't have it. I think this is a bass. Number looks way too low there. Don't know. Roof number I'm not a fan of. The sizing of that. Same here. I need a better render of that to see like a good angle. To give a proper conclusion. And you already know my my stance on people using basses. So now I'm not saying you can use a bass, but I just use it in moderation. Don't use it like, don't be too dependent on it. That's really the big thing. I like this car. PlayStation logo though. I make that white. Give it so make the background right. You want the so make the logo look clean. Yeah. Now I'm not saying everybody's gonna like sweat on painting like a lot of us do, but I do it just because it's fun. I love painting because it's fun. If I have an idea, I'm gonna go for it, right? This is Almirola base scheme, I feel like. When I look at the swooshes, I think of Eric Almirola's like Smithfield car. But yeah, PlayStation logo should be white here. Make the background like the same blue, if anything. You know, behind the logo, like you could again make it like a separate layer. No big deal. Boom, just move on. It's just that easy. Oh, excuse me. This is still great. Spam logo also could be white back there. I just noticed that. So, the more you know. Looks like some of these logos are wanting to like fall off the face of the B pillar. I've just noticed that too. Pretty solid car. I do like this. Good scheme. I don't have much to say about it. Besides like the B pillars wanting to fall off. To be fair, Exalta schemes are pretty sophisticated though. Like, I mean, you can make them sophisticated, or you can make them simple as you can if you wanted to, but usually when you expect Exalta, you want like either flames or you want like a rainbow, right? Wrong Valvoline logo. I actually don't know the new Valvoline logos these days because they're like I feel like they always change them. So it's like I don't know what they don't make up their mind. Yeah, I get that. Sleek look, nothing much to expect. It's simple as it gets. Chase Briscoe base, I know it because I've painted that car. That scheme is so easy to make. I think people underestimate how easy that scheme looks. I figured. Sorry to clear my mouth a bit too. Like, I guess it's the allergies that are killing me right now. I think it's just the air. I have humidifier. I should probably buy a humidifier and bring it down here. This is a simple car. I don't really need to say much about it. It looks like there's actually like little stripes here. I've just noticed that. Like this, like it is like a suit. It's very good thematically, actually. I think people kind of underappreciate this paint scheme. I think I did for a bit, so I'm actually gonna react to that just now. 'Cause that's pretty good. Yeah, I just realized that. I'm just slow, so that's on me. I don't think people will notice that much in game though. That's the thing. It looks really nice though. Interesting concept. Yeah, not terrible. Well, if we had that Papa John's logo, right? White on the side. Why didn't you use that for the front? Maybe use the message is back. And I don't know what's going on over here. I think he rendered something messed up on the rendering somewhere. Looks like he rendered over like another body, another model. Like you can get it. So like I usually don't put sponsors. I don't think I do with mine. I usually don't. I don't know if I know a lot of teams do. I think Junior Motorsports does that. I know Junior Motorsports does that. Let me look at Xfinity. I know some do, right? So Sam Mayer, they had that, right? Did our Motorsports do that? I think all the Xfinity cars do that. Or most of them. There's some teams, like Penske didn't do it. See, our Motorsports doesn't do it, looks like. I think for some cars, they don't do it. Like, in this case, they did for this at Daytona. Probably depends on the sponsor, like, underfunded teams. I think just, it's optional. I'd say it's more optional. If anything. Like, you don't have to do it. If you want to make it look cool, yeah, go for it. Excuse me. Back on topic. Pepsi car. I like it, actually. I do like... Thank goodness he didn't mess up the roof. Gives me kind of conflicted feelings, though. I don't know why I feel about the roof. I think there's too much going on the roof. The hood design is fine, as is. I think get rid of the whole roof design, and you will be fine in my book. Like, I would have no issues with it. But this is a really slick paint. I want to see an inverse of this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to see the blue instead of the white. This would be a good night scheme, though. I will admit that. That's just my honest opinion. Now, imagine, I wonder how that would look on the Sony Cup car. Look kind of interesting, wouldn't it? Pretty good paint scheme too. I like this. DQ logo looks a bit out of place though. Yeah, one day. Depends on when you need to. Not a bad scheme. I actually like this. I actually like how creative this is. Like the hood, the way he wraps the hood is actually really nice in this car. I think the grill and chill though, he just needed to work on like replacing some of the logos or readjusting them, repositioning them. And give it like the hood, right? You see the Dairy Queen and grill and chill, unless they're together IRL, which I could be very much right on that. But I'm usually like the logo needs a little bit of breathing space in my opinion. So still good scheme. This is pretty high up there for one of Lane's better schemes. And I do like this car a lot, so. Honda's. Interesting take on the 91. I think the seal, you should have made it, so like you want the Harvick scheme, right? Usually the seal is like a black, turn the opacity down, right? Boom, it's just that easy, you know? Hey Jerry. Hope you're doing well. I thought were you racing? I don't know EPRS has started yet. I thought about racing it, and I'm like, nah, it's Nashville. I'm terrible at short tracks, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not in the mood. I didn't want to do it fair enough. I don't think anybody did. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and be more active, like streaming more, or at least more paints like this. I still need to do my tutorial for you guys on like GIMP stuff, even though like it makes not much of a difference, but I think it will just help. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. KFC look car. I actually like this car. I like how this looks. This does have like huge Greg Biffle vibe. but I like that. I love how like bold it is. So this is a great KFC skin. I actually think it's one of his top cars. His Penzo schemes though really been hit or miss. Number placements cursed. Fair enough. I think, yeah, I mean it is what it is though. I feel like the kryptonite is like Penzo schemes. For me, it's like candy. But this is all right. I really don't know how I. Gives me a bit of different feelings on it. I do like how he's taking it though. Interesting like look on it. I would make that white. But again, nitpick on my part. No matter. So usually when I do like NXS20, I usually take off the side. Not the side. Oh, I mean I turn off the side skirt layer too, but I mean I turn off the jack tape on there, the jack arrow. That's what it is. Because it takes up so much of this thing, right? You need to give it like for the number to just like literally breathe. Pizza Hut. Honestly, this is what I would have done with this. This is gonna sound really stupid. I would have made this like the part of the scheme. You think of like the Lucky Bar car or Lucky Star cars from what was it? You know the BR Hondas. That's what it is. You know, from Formula One. I think of that, or like using the Red Bull logo. I would have done something with that Pizza Hut logo. It does feel like the colors are a bit different though. Again, could be lighting, could be not. But that's just like my 2 cents on that. But I think the hard part sometimes though when you make like, so this is something I'm trying to work better at with schemes, is that when you make like the same kind of geometric designs with your cars, they all kind of, right, they mesh in together, right, basically, or they're good, don't get me wrong, right, but they don't like, they all kind of blend in together because they're all like the same, it feels like. The colors can be different, the design, you know, obviously would look different, but the way it's made, because, you know, you use the same style, right? It's like, oh, no, it's just the typical, right? It's not a standout scheme, right? It's something you kind of notice when you paint cars. This is actually nice. I actually like this Hooters car. You know, like you look at like Jeff Gordon's car, right? The rainbow car, that's so different than... You'll find ones that'll stick out in a heartbeat. Some are just kind of like, oh, it's good. The same thing though, right? There's usually going to be a scheme that jumps out to you that's like, wow, this is completely different. This is way like better than it looks. Yeah, can't go wrong with this Home Depot car. I have no issues with this. Again, numbers blurry, but again, I think that's due to the render, if anything. This is actually not a bad scheme. This is actually really nice. You can do anything with white, red, and black. Those are just the magical colors. This is a really nice paint scheme, actually. It's one of his better ones as well, actually. Love how that lines up. Castrol, you can go ham with that one. Looks like he did. Number looks like it's rotated weirdly, though, in this angle. That's what it looks like in this case. Best Western. I like it. Interesting use of gradient right here. Interesting gradient up here too, actually. I feel like that's unnecessary, but I guess it gives it character. I thought actually what he would have done is get the, you copy, so you copy like the hex code from like the lighter blue from that Best Western logo, and then you use the darker blue, make that your gradient. Kind of follow the thematic of the logo. That's what I would have done. I still have no issues with this. You can use black too, actually. There's nothing wrong with that. This is like fine as is. Hope you're doing well, Shade. Glad you're here. If you could pop in for like a minute or two, it doesn't matter. I'm always happy whenever people like come chat. I know I should like could talk in the voice chat, but I feel like when I do that, I'm not including like you guys in the chat, right? Because you guys are just as important. So, very cheesy, but it's true. I don't want to make it feel like a third wheel in like my conversations with like the other people. So, if you catch my drift. I think this is a base. I actually don't know if this is a base or not. It's actually not bad. Pretty interesting paint scheme. This is actually one of RG's better paint schemes. I gotta give him credit. Clap on that. Gateway. Interesting number. I don't know what number set. This is more to do with the number set, if anything. That's not really. Looks like the number's nudged all the way to the left in that one, though, so. Should be easy fix. I just noticed that just now. Yeah, I figured. Simple. You don't need to do much with it. Nothing wrong with a simple scheme, too. You don't always have to make every, like, paint scheme super complicated, too. I think that's the hardest part of a painter. It's like, you don't need to make something very, like, extravagant. That's clever. I like that. I feel like you couldn't do much with the bazooka car, though, with, like, how it's so bipolar in scale. This is nice, though. Ooh, mochi, though. I did try those. I actually did try mochi ice cream, though, the other day, like a few months ago, and it's not bad. Pretty banger. I like the little patterns. I feel this one you could kind of get away with using like I think you probably did it based off the patterns of like the containers, maybe. You could get away with using like a wallpaper scheme with this one, and then put the mochis all over it. You know, this would be such a great scheme for a wallpaper scheme. I'm not even lying. Like this logo, I think it would allow it. I'd be cool with that. Cause let me see. So let me open up. Let's find a purple wallpaper. Now I'm not saying it would. Again, this is just an example. It wouldn't be perfect, but let's say like you could do this and be like, oh, this could be mochi. You know, it's that easy. Now you could. That's what's fun about wallpaper schemes, though. Yeah, you're technically not designing the whole thing yourself, but the way you're trying to execute it. You know, it's like with movie paint schemes, right, or game paint schemes. They just use like the wallpapers from like the actual like games or posters, and paste it on there. You know. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's clever. No, that's smart. I respect that. That's being innovative. That's stuff we like, dude. I like this one. Is it me? Okay, so I think he tried doing something to 87, but this is a nice scheme. I should do like this one. It's actually one of his better ones, too. Spam logo, though, give that an outline, baby. But other than that, I have no issues with it. Looks like the... Okay, so what looks like we tried to do with the blackout. I've noticed this just now, too, and I've been there, done that. I've been in the struggle bus with that, so... I've been there, boy. Now, this is a great scheme. It's a great scheme, actually. This one stands out to me for him. This is what Rain did. This is actually really good. I think he just used a base, though. It does look a bit blurry. But this is... The way he uses the colors are really nice, though. I will say that. If it wasn't a blurry base, I think this is outline that cookout logo too, and he'd be golden. This is a great scheme. I actually don't mind this one. It's actually a nice car. Interesting how he ends the. It's the way he ends. I don't know why the black is there. I know it makes sense because it fits the logos. It gives a character though. It may feel out of place, but it's like an interesting like concept. This is actually one of his more underrated ones. This is a nice one. I actually like this one a lot. This one also kind of does scream like a Ryan Seek scheme. I feel it's something they would make at some point. Like you had CMR housing, you would and you change the colors up. This would be a good Ryan Seek paint scheme on a Chevy, that is. This is also pretty good. I feel like this one you could change the Camaro logo white. And again, I think numbers are blurry. Why? I think they just are. I gotta find the one I made last year. I don't know if I still have it, but I think it might be on my other computer, my MacBook, if anything. I might have from 2021, actually. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one I made, but it's nothing too special. Dodd really liked this one though. He really loved this paint scheme a lot. I was like, I did this in like 10 minutes. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but me remembering I painted like 90% of the 2021 car set. Good scheme. Numbers just a bit big, but no biggie. No big deal. Yahoo logo's also like, what are they doing? What are they cooking? I don't think it's really the painter's fault when you have like a crappy like number set. That's not really the. It's whoever just wanted to choose it. I'm for anything there. Don't know how I feel about the Food Lion car. Good base, right? It's a good base design, but I think it's just the placement of the numbers is what, or the number choice is what kind of has me on a bit of a divide. It does. I think it might be part of the logo, but no, because the line has a black shade, so. This is pretty good. This is actually a pretty good scheme. Good choice using wooden texture. I'm actually going to give him a fire mark on that one. And then you just finish this one. That is... That's definitely a meme. Easter egg meme right there, so I'm not going to say anything on that, but... I feel like with the cattle company logo, right? I know he just did it. But, I like the gold color, though. It's a really nice shade of gold. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a really nice shade of gold. But here's the thing, right? Yeah, side logo definitely needs more pop. Either that, you need to, like, spread the cattle company logo a bit, right? That's what you could do. I'm not saying you like it separately, but you could move like. I think I would bold it a bit more too, though. Make the logos like pop. So like the cat. So I think this is also like a local sponsor. So this is also why it's probably looking low res, and that's that thing you could do. Unless you gotta find a font. Boom. That makes sense. Yeah, I figured. I didn't mind that though, so I had no issues with it. That's the big thing, though. NTS, it's all over the place. It is what it is. We're doing well, RJ. I still shit on you because you use bases, but when you don't use bases, they're actually not bad. So I don't know. That's just me though. I'm trying to be less toxic this year. I think that's really what I'm trying to do. I feel like I was too toxic last year. I hope I wasn't, but I get really self-conscious about that. Now obviously you don't want to be like a pushover. I mean, I'm a smart aleck too. I know, but so I'm also a smart aleck. So I think that might be the why. But I try to keep a cool head. So I worked out the other day, right? Well, actually, like yesterday I worked out. I did like a I'm trying to get back into shape because I got my PT test, my physical test in like next month. So I ran for like 2 miles. I ran that thing in like 15 minutes. Technically I'm only running 1.5, but I ran 2 just because I'm like kind of need the extra 0.5 just in case. Doesn't hurt. So I think I'm in good shape for the run. I gotta do my like other stuff like my core and all that, but I think we'll be fine. So we'll be fine. Not a big deal. I gotta see wide, so I gotta. Okay, that's why. Crop this real quick. I have a lot of things going on with this car, so if you ever ask me for a base of this, yeah, don't. The splatter paints, I just do whatever. I'm kind of doing, that's kind of like my theme with this year. For, okay, perfect. I've got the back ends pretty much mirrored, so we just gotta work on getting the front end here. Don't need that, but... Gotta use my rulers to cheat, because I'm a cheater. I think if my throat wasn't like terrible right now, I'd be in a little bit more energetic sounding. So sorry about that. Not much of oils. Hope you're doing well. Glad you popped in. I've always liked doing these, so it's just a matter if I have the energy. If I'm like not too tired by then, or that's the big thing. Oh, this is gonna nudge this crap down. The one thing that sucks about some of these templates, they won't always match up. I'm just gonna put that as a separate thing for now. I'm not really gonna feel the need to organize everything. I hope I remember what I did with the logo. What did I rotate this thing to? I'm gonna try 8. I think I rotate about like 8 or 6 degrees. It's either one of the two. If it's 2, okay, so let's do like another 2. See if that works. I might have to do 3 actually, but I'm not gonna like make it like all the way like this, but you get one. That's an exaggeration obviously, but let's try 3.5 and then see how that looks. Yeah, this is a little bit different for a steel car, so I wanted to try something different, trying to get some juices back. I've always said that every time I do a paint stream, I'm like, I'm gonna try and get my juices back, and then I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good, and then everybody's like, oh, it looks good. I'm like, okay, good enough. Whatever floats your boat. You guys are also open to give criticism, as much as like a lot of our frail egos like don't like it, but it is important to give criticism because that's how we get better. It's just a matter of how you deliver it, how you tell. Why do I have this? I have 2 of these logos, I just realized that. Oh yeah, now I know why. could have duplicated it multiple times. Unless I hope I didn't like anchor it. If I did, it's a freaking rip, but it is what it is. We just move on. Did you change it, or did you? Nah, I'm gonna keep that like that. That's better off like that. Oh wait, I made it because I made it a separate. Okay, yeah, I'm just an idiot. Whoops. IRL gray. Okay. I'll do that. I'll do that after. That's like a thing I'll do after. I gotta see what I did. I'm also gonna. I'm lazy, right? With my schemes, I'll admit that. When I do like logos, I don't like. I hate doing associates and everything else that goes with it. It is the #1 thing I hate doing. So that's why like I do. When I do it the first time, I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's the way I always gotta save stuff like that. Yeah. I'll send you a DM after this, so I know I got the right one if I'm doing it right. So let me actually undo that. But yeah, the more you know shortcuts in this program, or really any program, you're gonna work a lot better. It's just how it works. I think the one thing that irks me sometimes, right? I'm gonna undo this again. I'm not happy with how this. So the one thing that'll make me pretty unhappy is when people ask for a design, right? I feel like sometimes this is a terrible lens of thinking, but I hate how some people kind of take it for granted, you know? Like, oh. But that's just me thinking very pessimistically, though. Because I feel like... Oh yeah, I agree. I just leave it on there. Sometimes I get rid of it, though. I think a lot of teams get rid of it, but... I think I should get rid of it, or should I keep it? I don't think it really matters, though. This is actually... I like how this is looking. I didn't like how it looked at first, but it's growing on me. Yeah, no, it's very weird. Because you're like... I don't know. I think it depends. Some do it and some don't. There's no like true consistency on it. I'm gonna save this right now, so in case my game or my thing decides to crash for no reason. Gonna be super lazy with this. It's just that easy. Just so easy. Alright. Get rid of that. gonna invert this. We're gonna make this white. Save that. Really bad habit of mine is that I actually need to relabel crap. I hate doing that. It's important though, but I have a cluttered mess, so. Ctrl C. We're gonna make this Fox logo obviously white. We don't want it to bleed in. Yeah, like, yeah. Yeah, like seriously, who's gonna like care? I really wouldn't. As long as the scheme looked good, I could care less. That's literally what it is for me. So I'm gonna get really lazy here. I don't even know if I. Dash decal. That's under banners. Number 1. No, it's right here. Duh. Idiot. Bozo. Close enough. It's just that easy. So what I'm going to do here. Banners. Boom. I think I did. I think I forgot to on this. I'll probably, well, I haven't sent the TJ in yet, so I can do it after. But got a lot of rules in this baby. I do need to put the other CDM logo. I gotta find where I put it though, because I'm a bozo. Like I don't know any better. What's it doing there? Why is it all the way down there? What am I cooking? Yeah, no, again, feel free to give me like criticisms on it. So, like I said, it means a lot. If you don't have any, that's fine too, but you know, cramped. Look how cramped this is. Look at that. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Should I move it up a bit? Let's move it up a bit. Just cause I'm feeling it. Alright, save. Alright, I think we just gotta put... Oh, I can do driver's suit. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. I don't really care much about it. I'm not gonna go, like, full-on sicko mode on it. Because it's like, is Noah really gonna care? No. Small logo. Super small. I think the orange on my 19K team are different than the one. I'm gonna shrink this Decklid logo actually. This is a bit too big. I wish it was like Twitch where I could kind of get away with playing with music. I mean, I can. I just gotta make sure it's royalty free. I could put KTM back here too, actually, if I wanted to. I mean, this is the KTM car I got this year. I know people really love this car, so I always gotta put a fox in there somewhere. At least some kind of freaking animal in there, because I'm weird. Might nudge this to the right, because why not? Feeling it. Feeling generous. Scaling good here. If I want to really be like precise, I'm gonna check dimensions right now. 429,302. It always doesn't look good at first, right? And then you put all the associates on, you're like, man, it looks much better now. I'm like, what on earth? I think I should move the Casilla logos up a little bit too. I just realized they're a bit too low. I'll do that after. I'll do that right now, actually, because I'm going to forget if I don't. Just nudge it up 4. Scrunch this baby up. We're gonna make numbers a separate thing. We're gonna make it above because I did them last. I usually do this last because once you get everything to fit in, you're usually in good hands, right? So, Goodyear logo. I do need to figure that out. So, this is also gonna be the big question mark whether this 19 will actually fit. And it does. Hell yeah. We're in good shape. Hell yeah. This is what we love to see. 356, 185. This is after rotating though too, so I have to remember that. This one I'm gonna do. Oh, actually, okay. So over here, I'm gonna bring this baby over. Shrink this to like a freaking oblivion. Let's go for like a 5.9 for now. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling 5.9 out of 10. Looks like I still need a little bit more tilt in that. I'm gonna move it a bit to the left. Control E again. I'll write my card at BMP. Let's see how far that goes. Not well. Okay. How far did I bring this thing, sucker, to? Yeah, it'll do. I think that'll do. Move it up. Let's move it up. About yay height. Save that. We're about almost done with this card too, and I'll probably call it a night. We might do another stream. I won't do it this Friday. I might do it maybe Monday. I might do a stream Monday night. We'll see. If you guys are down for a Monday night stream, we will do that and work out more on Sony Cup cars. And over the weekend, I'm hoping I have an idea. Why'd I say it like that? But ideally, I would like to have an idea of what I want to do. So. Oh, right here. Oh yeah. I don't think I'll do much of the Fanatec one. I don't think there's really much I could do with it. I mean, I could, but a lot of potential with it. But so I could probably get away with using like the same design per se, because it's that good. I actually do love making that. That Fanatics car is still one of my favorite ones I made ever in like the FBRL canon. Like making that 11 on like H&S a while back. I had a lot of fun with that. That was actually inspired by Yamp Scheme. I think he knows that, but yeah, I'm not really gonna go too hard on Cruise. Oh, by the way, Cody, when I send you the TGA, do you need like a certain name format? It's been a while, so that's what happens when you don't paint for a bit. So then I can put it in the folder later. If you need any. Well, you're also watching this, so you probably will see anything that glares out to you. But, I think I'll make the Goodyear logo white. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, good enough. Okay, that's good. I just wanted to make sure. I'm used to doing the name format so much, dude. When you paint for some, when you do it for a bit, you're too habitually used to naming everything. Like, insert Sony car. Yeah. I usually do so how I always format. You'll kind of notice it up here. I'll always like do like number, and then like initial, driver initials, so like DJ Curtis, DK, right? Then whatever sponsor, and then yes, coughing, but the series and then the year or season, whatever number it is. I think this car is about done. I need to double check. Oh wait, Goodyear logo. I'm gonna change that right now. I'll render this and then that'll take a while, so I'll render that separately. Save that. I'm gonna save it again, make sure so you guys know that I saved it. I'm gonna move this steel logo back. 19 needs to breathe a bit. The number needs to give it some leeway. I'm gonna rotate it actually a little bit more. Why not? I'll let the number breathe a bit. I said sorry if you're hearing me cough a bit. Like I said, I don't know if I'm not really sick. I think it's just the allergies are killing me right now. So I took my meds, don't worry. I'm not dead yet. I don't know if there's a new Twitch logo though. There might be one, but I think if I had a inverse one like that one, I could use that, but I don't think it's the end of the world. It's an associate. But I mean, I critique and lean on associates too, though. But I mean, so I'm no different. I'm a hypocrite. We're all hypocrites. Let's see. I just realized I think I need to actually rotate the number. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna rotate the number because I realized I forgot, and then I might rotate a bit less though. We'll see. I don't remember if I already rotated it though. I'm dumb. I already did rotate it. I think someone will. I thought about doing it, but I'm not. The car doesn't isn't appropriate enough to do it on my end. So I'm gonna double check the side logos, make sure it's all cool and good. I'm a bit worried about it. I feel like I rotate them too much, so let me know if you feel that if I could rotate them upwards. Let me know if I feel like I need to rotate them down more. That's really the big thing, because when I render this, right, that logo is gonna have OCD over it. I think this one, I rotate this one pretty far freaking down though, because I wanted to be parallel. I'll admit that I rotate. It depends on the scheme, so I think it's fine though. I think this logo is actually not as rotated as the other one though, which I find that funny. Wish I had Patronus though. I would make such a cool Patronus car if we with this. Yeah, I could. Yeah. It's either that or I clean it up where it gives the steel logo just a clean look, I guess, even though it's dirty. But I do like this. I like how this looks. I'm really happy with how this looks actually. A lot better than I thought it would. Chainsaw Man. Ooh, Chainsaw. Ooh, I should make a Chainsaw Man car. I want to do one. Not for this, obviously not for this series, but I probably need to nudge the number actually to the right. I just realized that 19 is not looking good. Doesn't feel center. Once you have your logos and everything good, you gotta center those babies a bit. This one might be fine. Okay, that's much better. Look at that. Yeah. I think I might get rid of it, but I've got 5 million splatter layers on there. Move it down. Ooh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah. I just realized. I see what you're talking about. I'm tracking. I don't want to move it too far down where it's like dragging against the side skirt. Okay. Where's the... I rotated mine at like 1 degree. I think that's what I did. Okay, I think the scheme is done. Splatter paint right here. Look at it staring at us menacingly. Yeah, I think the scheme is basically done. Let's save that. Turn off the mask. Make that a TGA. TK steel. TIHL. I mean, you got it for next year though, if we have another year, that is. Where did it go? There it is. Thank you, GIMP. Alright. Making sure. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night. I know it's been a good bit. I don't know how long I streamed, but I don't really care. It was a lot of fun. Good viewage. Pretty happy with that. Usually if I get like 3 people, I'm pretty happy with that. If I get someone that I talk to in there. I'll render this in my scene and then post it. So I'll get the pit crew. Do we need to use only? Can we only use one? We can use 1 pit crew and that'll be it for Sony Cup, or probably should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I'll probably still be in like the Discord doing stuff, but we'll see. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. Keep it cool. Don't do anything stupid. Hope 2023 is a good year for all of us. So yeah, take care, y'all.